In this video, we'll find out if this Neca Batman is indeed an original Neca or a cheap Chinese knockoff. Stay tuned to find out. Welcome back. Now, following on from Monkey Boy's recent video where he purchased a Neca Superman figure online and ended up getting sold a really cheap fake knockoff version, I thought I would give Thailand's notorious website lazada.co.th a chance to see if the Neca Batman they were offering was in fact an actual Neca or a cheap Chinese knockoff. Now, this has just arrived. Now, I had to use my sister-in-law's Lazada account and it was shipped to her office, so she brought it back just like this, so I cannot comment on how well it was packaged, but for the most part the box itself isn't too bad. There's a slight sort of ding here, but we're here to see the figure inside, so the box doesn't really matter to me. However, if I were to have been an inbox collector, this sticker could be problematic. Now, in terms of the packaging, unlike Monkey Boy's Superman,
it's missing a sticker up here.
I do have the sticker here that says DC Comics Collectibles. So that's actually a good sign already, and that is in fact a sticker. Looking at the Batman inside the package, it looks good enough. Obviously we'll find out more in just 1 second when I get it opened up. The back of the package does show a really nice shot of Batman with his arms splayed out there, and the side has Batman and Robin, both sides in fact, scaling up one of the walls in Gotham City. Now, in terms of price, I believe in terms of US dollars, this cost me around about $12 or $13, which on the surface leads me to believe it is a fake. I've seen other Neca figures for sale in actual stores here in Thailand, and in some cases they're selling for as much as $60 new. So for 12-13 bucks, I'm not expecting too much from this. But all in all, as a $12 purchase, this looks good on the surface, but it's all about the figure inside. Let's get it opened up and we'll take a closer look. So now that we have it out of the package, you will see that Batman does come on his own little tray, and there is something of a backdrop that I guess could be used, but I think for me it's unlikely I will actually be using this. But onto the figure itself. So it looks as if we have two extra hands, a batarang and a bat radio. And from looking at it here, this is exactly the same sculpt on the Neca 18-inch Batman I already have. So it definitely does look very much like just a smaller version of that one. Now, interestingly enough, on Monkey Boy's video, the slots in the inlay tray for Superman's hands looked to have been made by quite possibly holding a lit cigarette onto the plastic. These do look to be properly cut, so that is actually a very good sign. So we have the plastic tie here. Just take that off if I can. So that comes out, and I really hate popping figures from these inlay trays because I've had a few instances where I've broken apart because they're embedded so deep into the plastic. But let's see how we get on here. To quote Dave in his video, his fucking legs have fallen off. So first things first, we have a legless Batman. Not a good sign. Let's see. The ball joint is there, but I mean, obviously, again, as Dave Monkey Boy mentioned, just because it breaks doesn't mean it's a fake, because Neca are renowned for their figures breaking. Okay, that's on now. So the cape is rather messed up the way it's been packaged in there. I'm sure a steamer could maybe get that sorted. But let's see now. I'm really scared to move this because of what just happened with his waist. The leg, extremely floppy. I don't know if that can get pushed in tighter. No, it's definitely he's got a floppy one here. I don't know about this. As I said, Neca are renowned for breaking, so just because it broke out the packet doesn't mean it's not a real Neca. The cape has been quite nicely cut, I would say. Yep, definitely better than McFarlane's capes. Nice silky material there. I'm not sure. At some point I'll try and get the correct folds put on this. Maybe get Mrs. 88 to get a steamer or something and help me out here. Yeah. Very thin material, but it looks good. Yeah, this right leg is definitely... Oh, and there we go. The right leg just fell off. And that's not staying on at all well. I think I'm going to say this is definitely Chinese knockoff. Not good at all. Let me see if we can get this thing to stand. He does have foot pegs, or holes for foot pegs, so that is an option at some point, I guess. But oh, it's very fragile feeling. He does stand up, which is something. Now his head is permanently sort of looking down the way, and I'm sure if I was to twist that any further, it's going to pop off. So now I'm curious about his eyes. Okay, he has definitely a left eyeball painted on. It looks as if his right eye is closed, so Batman is half asleep here. The Bat logo appears to be a sticker. And you know what? I'm not even complaining here. This was $12. And it looks good if I can get it to, you know, if I can keep all his limbs in place, get his cape somewhat ironed out, it'll be okay on display, I would imagine. And he does stand, and it is windy out here, so that's something. Now the accessories, how the hell do I get into these? Okay, a little hatch cover there, which is quite nice. Let me just put that in my pocket in case it blows away. So we have 2 extra hands. So he's come fitted, double fisted, and we have one sort of open palm and one which I guess is for holding either the bat radio or batarang. And speaking of which, batarang, oof, that is extremely flimsy plastic. I'm sorry, I'm sweating a lot here. Yeah, that is not good quality at all. And the bat radio, yeah, the antennae are very rubbery feeling. But okay, let's give it a go. Let's switch his hands out and pop this one in. I went in there quite easily, actually. He's kind of holding his bat radio. Not really a good position there. Right, let me try the batarang instead, if that's any better. Well, there you go. He is holding it. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, I'm sort of 90% convinced this is cheap knockoff stuff. Again, with Neca's quality control for their real items, there's no way of really knowing, but the fact that that can just happen at ease. And it's actually the same joint on Monkey Boy's Superman, I believe, so it could be the one factory out in China is just knocking out these Necas. But for an addition to my Batman collection, oh, there we go again. For an addition to my Batman collection, for $12, I'm not going to complain. And once it's up on display, I may even just end up gluing everything in place to avoid such catastrophes. And this arm, it does bend, but it does feel very fragile indeed. Can you do a fist pose? Yeah, I can do a punching position. Sadly, there was no Robin in this scale, so I do have Batman and Robin in 18-inch scale, but they only did Batman. So, the negatives, first of all, it breaks off very easily. His head is permanently looking downward. The cape is a bit of a mess, but that could just be down to how it's been packaged. It is fragile, it is flimsy. It's got some good accessories though. So all in all, I'm not complaining. I think we can safely say that given this experience and the experience of Monkey Boy with his Superman,
And brilliant, his fucking leg has fallen off.
there are a ton of fake NECAs out there. So if you are in the market for a Batman or a Superman and you see the price is very cheap, just be warned, chances are you're going to end up with something like this. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that quick look there, and I think we can definitively say this is indeed a cheap Chinese knockoff. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know what you thought in the comments. So make sure you're subscribed, share the video if you can, please do leave a like, and stay tuned for more videos from All Things 80s.